Yay Networks.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I know you can't tell by the sound of my voice, but this is a very special episode. I'm Kellie Raspberry Evans with my husband and my podcast co-host, Alan Evans.
Hey, Train in the house.
And by some miracle, we're back on YouTube Live again, recording this podcast.
Is it a miracle or did we just turn it on?
Well, how many times did you try to go? We used to. I can't say we always. We did record the podcasts approximately, give or take, 8 p.m. Central on Wednesday nights. And we would do it with YouTube Live with our loyal, faithful podcast family members in the chat room, getting to know each other, building friendships and bonding. And one day we tried to get on it. It just stopped working. And no matter what we tried, and we tried for weeks. It was literally weeks. And then Alan finally said, I've had enough and quit. I mean, that's true.
I took my toys and went home.
Well, we didn't know what else to do.
Well,
and now
we put an action plan in place, which included evaluating Wi-Fi providers.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that on the podcast. I tried AT&T Air.
Yeah.
That kind of failed. Failed miserably. Failed miserably.
But the thing is, we just went back to what we always had, and now it's working again. So it makes, I don't know, but if you ever want to join the live chat, approximately, give or take, 8 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday nights is when we do it. But if you subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, the A Sandwich and Some Lovin' YouTube channel, you'll get a notification when we go live. So it's fun. And it's also a good place for people to start discussing when and where we're going to have our next podcast family get together. Mm-hmm. That's a big, question that keeps coming up, and we want to do it, but we're heading into the fall season, which is really a busy time for a lot of people. I've got a potential date, but I don't want to throw it out there until I talk with Alan about it privately.
Fall is a good time to do it.
It is a good time to do it. Or we could wait and do it after the holidays at the start of 2026. We've got a couple of options.
Because if you do it in the summer, you either got to do a pool party, which some people are not down with that, or you have to do it inside. You have to have a big space inside. You can't go outside. But fall is nice because we can have a place that's maybe an indoor-outdoor type venue.
We can all be fully clothed.
Yes.
Which is preferable.
It's preferable for some people. For some people, it's not preferable.
But anyway, we'll get you, we'll actually put some real thought into it and get a date finalized.
We welcome nudists too.
Well.
You got something against nudists?
You know what? If they can do it over there, I don't want to do it with them.
Mm-hmm.
Call me prudish.
Mm-hmm. What about when your husband does it here at home?
You don't do it a lot. You just do it like basically from dropping trowel before you get in the shower. That's about the extent of your nudity walks.
It's kind of TMI.
Well, you brought it up.
When I do that, and sometimes you're on the bed, then what do I do?
And I'm on the bed. You always jump up in the air and slap your butt cheek before you get in the shower. I don't know why you do that. He does a skip jump and then slaps his butt cheek.
This is some inside baseball. I don't think this has ever been discussed on the podcast. I do what?
Why you act like you don't know what you do? You do it every time. If I'm standing there getting ready, brushing my teeth, dyeing my roots. If y'all followed my Instagram story, you saw what a nightmare that was. Mm-hmm. Alan will be behind me. He usually, what he likes to do is brush his teeth before he gets in the shower.
Yes.
And then he'll put in a bunch of mouthwash and wait until he gets into the shower to spit it out.
Yes.
But then as he's, making his way from his sink to the shower and he's naked, he will jump up like a skip.
Like a jester?
Slap his right butt cheek and then get in the shower. That's what he does. That's his tradition. And I don't know why, but that's what he does. And, and my tradition is I don't acknowledge it.
You just let it go?
What am I going to say?
Yeah. Sounds like that guy has a problem or an issue.
I don't know.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. Now, that's what you do.
Speaking of your hair, why don't we just let's just get the 800-pound gorilla. Let's just get it out of the room right now.
Now, if you're watching this on YouTube Live, you just see my hair looks really dark red. It's the box color. It's got like these numbers like 48R or something. I don't have it in front of me. But basically the color is supposed to be red velvet. So in the winter, when I met Alan, we met in winter. We met in January of 2016. And in the winter, I'm a redhead naturally, but I've gone gray over the years. So I color my hair to keep keep it as close to red as possible. Every time I think I'm going to go gray, when it starts going gray and I pull my hair back in a ponytail and I see, oh my gosh, this is what I'm going to look like gray, it truly adds about 20 years to me. I'm not lying. It's not good. So I'm going to stay red as long as I can, but I don't want to be Lucille Ball crazy red, right? I want to be a natural looking shade of red. So anyway, I usually keep a stash of root touch-up in my cabinet, but I don't know, a few months ago, there were a couple of shades of this dark red velvet on sale. And I was like, that'll be good for me to save into the winter when I go to my darker shades of red. Anyway, so yesterday I was like, I am so gray. I have got to get my roots done. And, you know, it's easier and less time consuming to do it at home, but still it's a commitment. So I committed mentally and I go to my cabinet and all I have are these 2 boxes of red velvet color. I was like, well, winter's coming early. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Mm-hmm. I've never used this brand before. And when I put it on my roots, it was a color of red, like cherry red, like real cherry.
Yeah, like you were staining a table with cherry stain.
So cherry. And
yes.
I've never, usually when I do red hair color, it's like really dark. It's like a almost black red, if that makes sense. So this is the first time it came out this bright cherry red. I've dyed my roots multiple times and have not shared it on social media. I'm like, I need to document this one because this could go really bad. And I need to have proof of this. So I just started sharing it on social media. And when I'm sharing it, I look down and I realize, oh my gosh, I forgot to add something to the color mix. And I thought, well, maybe that's the problem. So I added it and went back and I don't think it made any difference. Anyway, when it came out, my roots are like this bright fluorescent red. Mm-hmm. And then the rest of it is this like really good, rich red velvet, right? Would you call it red velvet? Like a deep, dark, cherry, black
It's
red.
like a metallic maroon.
Well, my roots are.
Yeah.
My roots are.
Yeah.
But I don't ever
But I
cry.
like it. I love it. I think it's great.
I never cry about
really like
hair
it.
color. Who cares? It's fine. Red tones down and washes out so quickly. I'm not the least bit worried about it. So anyway, if you followed my Instagram story, you got to witness it. It was bad.
I don't think it's bad. I've always told.
It's not bad now. It
I've
turned
always
out
told-
fine. And I go into work today and nobody says a word.
I've always told Kelly that I like her darker hair.
I know. So you're fine with it darker. And it's fine.
Yeah.
But that's my red velvet story.
I think it turned out okay, babe. What about my hair? What do you think?
Looks good.
Looks good.
Looks good.
I have this shampoo. It's supposed to like gradually darken your hair a little bit.
Is it Grecian formula shampoo?
No, it's not a Grecian. It's like, it's called Polar or something like that. Not an ad. Polar. Yeah,
Not
it's supposed to
familiar.
use natural ingredients instead of chemicals.
Are you using it on your beard too or just your hair on your head?
Just my hair, really. Yeah. Notice any difference? Not really. Yeah. Oh, well.
Maybe it's that gradual.
So
and
there you
that's the
go.
point, right? You're supposed to be so subtle that you don't really realize it's happening until you're just like Black Thunder. Red Velvet and Black Thunder.
Red Velvet.
That's our next podcast.
I used to have a boss a long time ago, and he was an older dude. I mean, he was like in his 60s or might have been in his 70s. I can't remember. But dude would come in sometimes, and he had like the shoe polish.
Yeah.
Black.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I mean, that is obvious.
Yeah.
He liked it, but you could really tell when he got a dye job.
Fresh dye job.
He got a fresh dye job.
You are going to love Legacy Box. You know, becoming a parent changes how you look at memories. While we're savoring and saving every moment with our kids, suddenly you start to realize a lot of important memories from our childhood. They're trapped on VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, photo albums, crammed into boxes labeled "Do Not Throw Away" and shoved into an attic. Those are at risk of being destroyed by heat, moisture, disaster, time. And once they're gone, they're gone. That's why you need Legacy Box now. They're the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos. And the process is so simple. They send you a Legacy Box and you fill it up with old VHS tapes, pictures, film reels, slides, DVDs, whatever you've got. Their team in Tennessee carefully digitizes it all by hand. They send you back the originals plus digital files on the cloud, or a thumb drive. Ordering a legacy box is one of the best things I've done for my family, because now instead of just telling my kids about that crazy vacation I took to the mountains when I was a kid, I get to show them and relive it with them. And right now, during Legacy Box's Father's Day sale, you can save big while preserving your family's history. Visit legacybox.com/sandwich to get started today. That's legacybox.com/sandwich. It's the little things that make a big difference in how I feel. Now, for me right now, it's about stretching. I didn't realize how stiff I was until I started doing it. I love when I can stretch a little further than before. It makes me feel refreshed when I'm done. And a little makeup refresh can make all the difference too with Thrive Cosmetics, my go-to clean makeup routine year-round. Now, of course, their brilliant eye brightener and Stella champagne is always in my makeup bag. Actually, I need to reorder more. I'm almost out. But it comes in 32 shades, and the Shenna Mint Green Shimmer looks really fun for summer. Their Empower Matte Precision Lipstick Crayon, it's really amazing. It gives you a beautiful color that lasts without feeling dry. They have 18 buildable shades, and I love the Dusty Rose Kaiza color. I think that's how you pronounce it. But the best part, for every product you buy, Thrive donates products and funds to help communities thrive. So far, they've given over $150 million in products and cash to over 600 giving partners. This is beauty with purpose. Amplify your summer look with Thrive Cosmetics. Go to thrivecosmetics.com/sandwich for an exclusive 20% off your first order. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/sandwich. You can't scroll your phone for more than 30 seconds without seeing somebody talking about GLP-1s. Maybe you've been close to trying them, but you're not a needle person, or maybe you're looking for a natural alternative. Well, let me introduce you to our podcast sponsor, Veracity. Their Metabolism Ignite, it's a natural plant-based GLP-1 alternative that is doctor recommended and clinically proven to help reduce hunger. Just 2 capsules with breakfast every morning. It's all you need. And one of the first things I noticed was I wasn't thinking about food all day, that food noise you always are constantly battling. Metabolism Ignite has no allergens, no caffeine, no negative side effects, and we love that. It's shown to reduce hunger by 85% and clinically proven to help lose an average of 9 pounds in 90 days. We really love that. Look, this stuff is sold out 10 times for a reason. So before it sells out again, make the switch to GLP-1s the natural way. Head to veracityhealth.co and use sandwich for up to 65% off your order. Once again, that's VERACITY health.co for up to 65% off. Make sure you use our promo code SANDWICH so they know we sent you.
Well, the only other thing that happened really this past week is you took the kids to a baseball game.
Yeah.
Right? And I was supposed to go, but at the last minute, my daughter said, I'm coming home for the weekend. So I was like, Alan, I'm sorry, that ticket's going to have to go to waste. And you were really cool about it because it was Kelly's first time home from, being gone to college. And we just had a really, really good visit. Spent a lot of time shopping. That's what she wants to do. But had some really, good conversation. That's kind of, she's one of those kids. It's like I can hug her and I can kiss her on the head and stuff to a point, and then she's had enough. She's like a cat, like no. So, but we had a really good visit. And I told Alan when she left this last time, I guess you can only, I guess you can imagine what it feels like when I describe. It felt like a piece of my heart tore off. It was so hard, but she's doing better. And, as long as she's happy and thriving, I'm happy. I want her to go out and live her best life. I don't want, that the people are like, I just want my daughter to come home. No, I don't want that for her. I want her to thrive and do well, but I want her to be happy. So watching her leave was just like, oh, but she had fun at the baseball game. Yeah, we did. Kelly, last couple of years, she finds this deal at Costco. Not an ad, but you buy, I forget what you do, but you get a big discount on these tickets, these Rangers tickets. It's 2 tickets for $99, which is and it's for certain games. I think there are some blackout dates, right? Yeah, there are. But it's a really good deal because you can get some really good seats depending on which game you choose. Really good seats, yeah. And they started doing it right after the Rangers won the World Series. So, I mean, that's a really good deal when everybody's clamoring for tickets. When the Rangers aren't doing so well, not that hard, not that much of a demand for them. But I thought it was a good deal. So I gave those tickets for Christmas. And then we're like, TikTok, the season's about up. They're not going to the playoffs. Yeah, we get those games in. We waited too long. And then here at the end of the season, we were scrambling around trying to get to a game. Yeah. So,
Yeah, it took me, Dylan, and Cole went, and they had a good time. They played Miami, the Marlins. I wasn't familiar. Can't name one Marlins player.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was
food.
It was 1-1. It goes in 9 innings.
Yeah.
So we watched 9 innings of baseball, 1-1, and it's about 9:30. And I'm looking at the boys, and they're like, I said, "What do you guys want to do? You want to stay?" Or I said, "I'm good with whatever. We can stay, or if you guys want to go, we can go." And Dylan said, "I'm ready to go."
Yeah, it's long.
Cole said, "Yeah, I'm good too." So we left. We walked out of the stadium, walked to our car, drove all the way home, got home.
And that's about a 45-minute to an hour drive.
Yeah. And the game was still going on. It went like 13 innings or something and ended at 10:30. So Rangers lost. But anyway.
Yeah, talk about the food.
The food is really good at Globe Life. They have a great selection. They have any kind of food you want. It's not just peanuts and popcorn and Cracker Jacks. I mean, they have Whataburger. They have barbecue. They have everything. I mean, all kinds of great food.
But...
dude, how about $11 for a milkshake?
That's a lot. How about that hot dog?
How about $9 for a hot dog?
$9. You know when they have dollar hot dog nights? I mean, I'm sure it's a lot different than the dollar hot dog night. Or is it the same hot dog?
It's a little bit better hot dog. Dollar dog night are those
they just
little ones, you know?
Mass production, get them out. They're real plain and simple. But that's where they get you. You got a captive audience.
Yeah, I mean, food at any ballpark nowadays is expensive. But I went up there to get a milkshake and get some drinks. And every time you go up there, it's $30, $40, $50, you know? But that's okay. We don't go that often. The boys had a great time, and it was a lot of fun. So.
And I stayed home with Kellie. You know what she's into now? It's really so interesting because she streams a lot, and she went through Vampire Diaries. She's doing another rewatch of the Vampire Diaries. She's watched that series like 3 times. She is now watching Smallville, which is the Clark Kent story. Yeah, the Superman story when he was a teenager in high school and trying to hide his powers. Well, he always hid his powers. But anyway, I was like, she's a few episodes in. I was like, well, Kellie, I'm not really familiar with the story. She said, I mean, with the series, I didn't ever watch it. It was on the CW. And let's be honest, the CW is not for my generation. But she said every episode is self-contained, and she's right. So I was able to jump right in with her. We curled up in the living room. Not together. My dream would have been to curl up together and her in the crook of my arm, but I was in my chair. She was in hers. It was good to go. And we watched several episodes of Smallville. So if you're looking for something to do, and another thing she's watching that actually I'm so excited because now it's got us in some text exchanges about it. She and her girlfriend are really into Dancing with the Stars. Mm-hmm. You think of that as being an older show for like your grandparents, but no, they brought in dancers and celebrities that these kids care about. So she is really into Dancing with the Stars. I love texting her about that. She was, spoiler alert, if anybody's really behind, she was so upset that Baron Davis, the NBA All-Star, got sent home. She said it wasn't fair.
Oh, did he really?
Said because he was showing so much improvement.
I thought he was pretty good.
It just breaks her heart, to see people that are really trying and doing good and are sweet. She just really hates that. But she loves Alex Earl, the podcaster and a social influencer. She loves Robert Irwin, the crocodile hunter's son.
Oh, I didn't know he was on there.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Is he?
And she loves the Mormon Wives, which I'm like, all right. I'm sad she even knows who they are. That show's so out there, crazy. But she really likes them. But it's really, I just love having stuff to connect with her on.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy about that.
And
I'm trying to connect with my husband.
Well, and we picked up a new show. I saw the advertisements for this show called Alien Earth, and it intrigued me because it's sci-fi. I like sci-fi.
And Alex
I told Kellie I'm a sci-fi aficionado. Kellie's like,
what?
What? You're not a sci-fi aficionado. You've never said that about yourself.
He's never said that before.
I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
And he said, I watch Star Wars, but I don't think of Star Wars as making you a sci-fi aficionado.
Okay, first of all.
And first of all, you never have used the word aficionado so much as you have this past week.
First of all, Star Wars came out in 1977. Okay? I have been a sci-fi fan since I was a little kid.
But all you've ever told me about is Star Wars.
I watched all the Star Wars movies, every single one of them in the theater multiple times.
You could be a Star Wars fan and not a sci-fi fan,
I've watched all the Aliens movies.
Well, see,
I've watched
I didn't know.
all the Terminator movies. I've watched...
I have too, but I'm not... I don't think I'm a sci-fi fan. I don't know.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind, E.T.,
but you never really talk about that stuff. It's not like your passion.
The entire Mandalorian series, which I've talked about here on the podcast.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, I consider myself a sci-fi aficionado.
So he wants to watch Alien Earth. And I'm like, great, we can watch something together. It's like 8 episodes. Cool. And they had the season finale already, but we're 5 or 6 episodes in? 5.
Yeah, we're 5 in. So basically...
It's on Hulu and FX.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. It's... Okay, just first impressions. If you like sci-fi, check it out because the first episode or 2, I was in. And it's hard to hook me in because I'll call BS on. That's what I was telling Kelly. I will call BS on bad sci-fi.
It was so much action right out the gate. And of course, I'll tell you, Emma Kelly's 18, almost 19. I used to be able to watch stuff that was really intense before she was born. After she was born, I just don't have the stomach for it. So when I watch these movies and things with Alan, I have to be doing something else at the same time to distract myself. So I have to either be playing a video game or surfing social media because I'm kind of half watching and half not watching because I cannot, the jump scares and the stuff like that, I'm trying really hard to watch it with you. But it's really intense.
So this series is set before, well, I was telling Kelly, it's set before the first Alien movie.
Yeah.
The original Alien movie was Sigourney Weaver. I told Kelly, now we got to go back and watch Alien and Aliens because those are good. Those are really good.
Never seen them.
They're scary. They're scary, but they're good movies. They really are. But anyway, we're 5 episodes in. It's very well done. It's well shot. The acting's good. The effects are good. The creatures are good.
What kind of budget do they have?
God, I don't know.
For FX shows.
It's great.
It's crazy how much money they put into it. And we just found out they're going to raise the prices on Disney Plus, Hulu, and all that stuff. That's how they pay for it. It's going up $2 a month for the bundle we have.
Hey, what if somebody just packaged like all the channels and programming that you like into one thing and then charged you one bill per month?
That'd be nice.
That'd be called,
figure that out.
That'd be called cable.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll go back and do that. No, because even when you had cable, you still had to pay for HBO and stuff like that.
I didn't care about HBO.
I'm just saying you had to pay for streaming services. You still had to pay for Showtime and things like that.
I'm not a sci-fi
you just
aficionado.
never really, I don't really like.
I told Kelly that the Mandalorian movie is coming out in May 2026. Yep. The Mandalorian and Grogu. You know, I
guess I just don't think of that as sci-fi. I think sci-fi. I think about this stuff like we're watching with Alien Earth.
You don't think the Mandalorian is sci-fi?
I just don't think about it. It doesn't. I don't know.
The trailer for that didn't blow me away. And I know they're marketing. They've got to market that show to kids. It looked a little
too childish.
A little too childish.
Well, the moneymaker is Grogu.
See. Yeah,
that's the moneymaker.
Yeah.
But I think is the ship sailed.
Well, the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian were some of the best Star Wars stuff I'd ever seen.
Then nobody
that
talks
third
about
season
it.
was wheels off. They were rolling.
Yeah.
They were rolling. Who'd they get? Jack Black and Lizzo into some of those episodes. I'm like, what is happening?
Kind of jumped the shark with that.
Yeah.
Well, just going back really quick to baseball. I don't know if Alan cares about this or not, but they're going to start next year, 2026. Major League Baseball is introducing an automated ball strike system, ABS, to assist the umpires with pitch calls.
Okay.
It's going to be introduced in the form of a challenge system in which the human umpire makes each call, which can be appealed to the computer. Robot umpires have been tested in minor leagues since 2019, recent testing done at AAA since 2022, and MLB spring training this year, and at this summer's All-Star game in Atlanta. How do you feel about that? Taking human error out of it? Because when you're an umpire, remember that woman that came in the first game, her first pitch, and everybody was up in arms about her bad call? Computer could have called it back.
Yeah, she ended up missing more calls than any other umpire. I mean, she had like a 90% correct rate or something like that. Here's my take on it. Baseball is a very traditional game. I know they've tried to make it a little more modern over the years. Now they have a pitch clock and you have to limit the number of times that the manager can go to the mound and all these
I
kind
love
of
the
things.
pitch clock.
Yeah,
that has really sped things up.
They're trying to speed up the game. That's cool. But there's always been this kind of traditional human element in baseball where oh, this ump has a larger strike zone. Oh, this ump, he has a smaller strike zone, but he'll call a lot of like high strikes or whatever. There's always been kind of that human element. But if you watch Major League Baseball, there is a strike zone box. I mean, they have the technology to show where the strike zone is. Mm-hmm. And I guess if you have the technology now, which I know the MLB has, tennis has had for a long time, the NFL has now, with the first down marks. If you have the technology, why not just get the calls right instead of relying on an ump who may call it on the line? He may call an inside pitch, a ball, one pitch, and then he calls it a strike the next pitch.
If you're going to take
I understand that human element, but
well, then just take it out altogether and have robots do all of it.
Just take it out all together and it's a ball or a strike. Make it black and white. Right?
And then what are you going to do with stolen bases when it's that close and stuff like that? I don't know. Interesting. I just thought you might like that.
As a fan of sports, I would much rather have a call be right than a call be, oh, that's just the way the ump calls it. Right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you've watched a lot of baseball with the kids, and if you see a bad call on your side, then you expect the ump to make that same bad call on their side. You just want them to be consistent.
Right.
If they're bad, that's okay. Just be consistently bad. But as a human, sometimes you can't do that, right? You miss things. They call a strike here, which was clearly a ball. Other guy gets up. They call that a ball. It was clearly a strike. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Just be consistent.
Yeah.
But as a human being, I mean, they make mistakes, right?
Yep. So there's that.
Okay, more. We'll come back to sports talk. We'll give you a little break on sports talk. I have a letter I wanted to read though. It's a good letter. Just one letter this week.
The mailbox is slim.
Nah, I think we've had some. I just need to get caught up. This letter is from Andrew. Subject: Wreckham. Your Texas Tech Red Raiders, babe.
I thought we were done with sports talk for a while.
Well, we're going to talk about them a little bit more. Your Texas Tech Red Raiders. 3-0. 4-0. Sorry. 4-0.
Have they had a real game yet?
They just beat the Utah Utes, who were talking a lot of trash.
Okay.
A lot of trash before that game.
Well, probably because they know Texas Tech hadn't had any real competition up to that point.
And Texas Tech went into Utah, held them by the nose, and kicked them square in the ass.
Sort of like you smack your butt before you get in the shower?
Exactly.
What was the score?
I don't know. It was like 34-10 or something. No, Tech's off to a good start. This is their best start since 2013.
Well, good.
Yeah, this doesn't happen very often, so I've got to gloat about it a little bit. Subject: Wreckham. Hello, Kellie and Alan. I hope you're doing well. I am a freshman at Texas Tech University, majoring in business management.
Look at a freshman in college writing us.
Isn't this awesome? I
love that. Awesome.
I love this. The drive from my hometown Kerrville to Lubbock is about 5 hours, and honestly, leaving my mom behind can be a little sad. Regular music doesn't cure my sadness, but your podcast absolutely does.
Aww.
I usually download 5 or 6 episodes for the ride, and I end up laughing the whole way back to Lubbock. Somehow, a dreaded 5-hour drive turns into something actually enjoyable and maybe even a little too short. Thanks for making my trips home and back so much better. You two really make the road feel shorter. Wreckham, Andrew.
That is so nice. That is so nice. I like that. That was very sweet, Andrew. Thank you.
Andrew, that is so cool. That is so cool. I'm so happy for you. Hopefully you're enjoying your time up there in Lubbock. Your letter, when I read it, I was like, oh my gosh, this reminds me so of my experience, because my drive was about 4.5 hours, 4 hours, 4.5 hours from Wichita Falls to Lubbock. And I'm so old, there was no podcast. Mm-hmm. I'm so old, there was no cell phone. So I would listen to a bunch of music. That's what I would do.
Well, the first time you took me, you did a whole playlist of Prince.
A lot of music.
And I remember that. You tried to make it really special. That was sweet.
But that's really cool. I'm glad you have podcasts to listen to. And thanks for listening to ours, because I don't know that the younger listener would be...
We'll take them.
Would be in our wheelhouse.
We'll take them.
We'll absolutely take them. This is great. I was thinking about his letter too, and one thing I can remember very distinctly, this would have been 89 or 90. I think it would have been fall of 89, which would have been when I went up there. No, wait a second. Yeah.
When did you graduate high school?
I graduated high school in the spring of 89. So in the fall of 89, I would have been driving to Lubbock. So I used to listen to the Cowboys. I'd come home, visit with my mom and dad, and drive back up to Lubbock. So I would listen to the Cowboys on Sunday, driving back. And the Cowboys in '89, that was that season. They didn't win. They won one game. Mm-hmm. They were 1-15. And I remember listening to a game. It was the 49ers and Cowboys, and the 49ers had like Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Roger Craig, all these like Hall of Famers, right? And the Cowboys had nobody. They had Troy Aikman, who was
just coming out.
He was a rookie, and then nobody, and Herschel Walker, nobody else. But I just remember the 49ers kicking the Cowboys' rear end, and I'm just like, man, hopefully the Cowboys can be good someday, you know? And then they ended up in the next 4 years, they ended up being pretty good.
And you said the same thing about Texas Tech. Maybe one day they'll be good, and maybe this is the year they're good.
Well, Tech, I don't know. It's tough being a Tech fan. You Tech people feel me. Sometimes they're good, and they'll just break your heart right there at the end of the season. But I don't know. Maybe this year's different.
Maybe this year is different.
While we're talking football, you want to just review the Cowboys real quick?
Yeah, get it over with.
Wow.
I'm over it already.
Wow.
I'm over it. It's not even fun.
Wow.
And we've got our friend David, he's like, let's get the group together to watch a Cowboys game. And it's like, okay. So I picked a date and we're going to have a big group get together for that. But it's like, does anybody even want to go watch the Cowboys
You're
now?
giving up,
it's not even fun.
You're giving up.
It's not even fun.
Well, the Cowboys last week played the Monsters of the Midway, the Chicago Bears. You and I both predicted a Cowboys victory.
Just because I'm trying to be optimistic, and I don't know squat about how to decide who's going to win. I don't know.
Not only did the Cowboys lose the game, the Cowboys got embarrassed.
It's embarrassing.
Embarrassed.
It's so embarrassing.
It was really difficult to watch.
Why do I take it so personally?
Maybe because I do. I don't know.
I mean, we should, it's a whole city.
Yeah. It was hard.
Awful.
It was hard to understand what happened to the Cowboys. Their defense is really, really awful. In that game, their offense wasn't much better. And Caleb Williams, the Bears quarterback, I think he went to OU. We made him look like frickin' Peyton Manning. He was throwing the ball all over the field, babe, to anybody he wanted, and everyone was wide open every time.
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever talked about it on this podcast before, but one day I was walking past the windows going upstairs and I noticed this greasy cooking smell. You know what I mean? It turns out it was our blinds. Something about the sun was breaking them down over the years. And who knows how long they were there before we bought our house. We needed new blinds bad, and that's what led me to 3-Day Blinds. I absolutely loved how easy they made the whole process. They send a professionally trained design consultant to your home. It's a free, no obligation, same-day quote. And they've got thousands of options to fit any budget and style. It's not just blinds. They've got shades, shutters, drapery too. 3-Day Blinds even has those motorized smart blinds that work with Alexa. Those are so cool. They take all the measurements. They handle the installation too. And it's perfect because I'm not handy. And what a difference it's made. This is an upgrade that makes your whole house feel refreshed and polished without having to do a big renovation. Right now, get quality window treatments that fit your budget with 3-Day Blinds. Head to 3dayblinds.com/sandwich for their buy one, get one 50% off deal on custom blinds, shades, and drapery. For a free, no charge, no obligation consultation, just head to dayblinds.com/sandwich. One last time, that's buy one, get one 50% off when you head to the 3dayblinds.com/sandwich. Now that I've reached a certain age, I realize how much my sleep affects me and everybody around me. It affects my energy, my mood, my patience. And I've also learned that I don't need to waste a lot on fancy sleep gadgets because one of the best things I've done is upgrade to Boll and Branch sheets. I noticed the difference from night one. They are incredibly soft, so breathable. It's because Boll and Branch's sheets are made with 100% organic cotton that's woven specifically for airflow. Now I don't wake up feeling hot with sheets sticking to my legs anymore. My sheets keep me cool and comfortable all night long. And they've actually gotten softer with every wash. They even did a survey of their customers. 94% of them said the same thing. I love my Boll and Branch sheets, and honestly, I can't imagine ever going back to any other bedding. Sleep cooler this summer with Boll and Branch during their annual summer event. For a limited time, get 20% off site-wide at bollandbranch.com/sandwich with code SANDWICH. That's Boll and Branch, BOLLAND, branch.com/sandwich. Code SANDWICH to take 20% off. bollandbranch.com/sandwich, code SANDWICH. Exclusions apply.
I think everybody's had that moment where they say, I should start my own business. Now, maybe you've got an amazing hot sauce recipe, or you've gotten really great at making candles or jewelry, and all your friends keep telling you, you should sell that stuff. Well, what's stopping you? If you've been sitting on a business idea, Shopify makes it easy to make it happen. Everything you need to start selling is included and ready from day one. When your first customer is ready to buy, Shopify checkout helps more people actually complete the purchase. And when they come back, their information's already saved. So checkout is quick and easy. One tap and they're done. Shopify handles all the technical stuff too, the setup and checkout, so you can spend your time growing your business and doing what you actually love. It's no wonder Shopify powers millions of businesses around the world, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to small businesses just getting started like yours. With Shopify, nothing stands between your idea and a real business, so go make it one. Start your free trial at shopify.com/sandwich. That's shopify.com/sandwich. One more time, shopify.com/sandwich.
So anyway, the Bears beat the Cowboys. So Kelly and I both missed on that one. So we picked the first game correctly. We picked the Eagles to win. We picked the second game.
So it doesn't matter what score we say.
We picked the second game correctly, but then we missed this one. So we're 2-1.
Okay, well, why don't we just, I don't even
But the Cowboys are 1-2.
All right.
This week, your Dallas Cowboys host one of their arch rivals, the Green Bay Packers. Now, the drama here is the Cowboys traded their best player, Micah Parsons, to the Packers.
Oh, yeah. They're going to kick our butts.
So Micah Parsons is going to come back in here, and he's going to want to get after Dak Prescott he's going to want to sack him about 15 times.
Oh, but isn't that his friend?
I don't know how much love there is.
I don't know either.
I'm not sure.
I will say this. The Packers fans are very, very nice. In my limited experience with fans, they are very, very nice. But the Packers are going to beat the Cowboys. That's just, I'm not even going to pretend anymore.
Okay, so we got Kelly.
But why do I have to give a score? Because we don't even look at our scores.
It doesn't matter. Just give us a score.
All right. 30. Okay. Wait, 7 times 5
that doesn't
is 35.
Matter. That doesn't matter.
Well, I'm trying to do a score.
Okay.
That's how I have to come up with a number.
You can come up with 2 random numbers.
Well, 7 times 5 is 35. So I'm going to say 35 to 7.
35 to
7.
I'm
so over it. I'm so mad.
Okay. I think you're on track here because the Cowboys also, if you didn't know, good, strong, dear, sweet.
It's going to be at home or away?
It's at Jerry World.
Oh, it doesn't matter. 35 to 7.
No, it doesn't matter because CeeDee Lamb is also out of the game. So yeah, like 2 months ago, your best players were CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons.
And that Turpentine guy.
You think he's one of our best players?
He like scrambles and stuff and runs far.
Yeah. Anyway, 2 months ago, CeeDee Lamb and Parsons were your 2 best players. Neither one of them plays for the Cowboys now.
Well,
yeah, neither one of them's going to be on the field. I will also take the Green Bay Packers, and I think the Packers are going to score about 40 points. And I think the Cowboys are going to have a rough time again. I think I'll give them 14.
Oh, you're more generous than I.
Yeah. So Kelly's got the Packers 35-7, and I've got the Packers 40-14.
It doesn't matter. We'll never look at those scores again.
I'm betting with my head, guys. I'm picking with my head. My heart is with the Cowboys. I want the Cowboys to win this game.
Well, at some point, you just have to say it is what it is.
But they're not going to.
No, they're not. They're not. Just it's a wash the whole season. Just give it up.
Well, I don't know if it's time to give it.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
It's time.
Okay. Well.
It's over.
Wow. Okay. Well.
Who am I voting for again? Who's Josh Allen play for?
The Bills.
The Bills. I got confused the other day. I thought he was a Giant. And I was like, I'm all Giants this year. I was like, no, I'm Bills. I forget. I'm a Josh Allen fan. All right. So somebody sent me a link to, they just thought it was really interesting article. The BuzzFeed. Do y'all ever follow BuzzFeed? I don't follow it that much, but they do. They pose questions sometimes to get some interesting answers. But they were one of the questions they posed was, what is one sentence that someone said to you that basically changed your life? Right? That was like an aha moment. Maybe changing your life is a little. That's a little. What's the word? Extreme. Mm-hmm. But it's like something that maybe has helped you cope with some things and maybe like an aha moment. And there were so many. There was no way I was going to list like 34 of them. It was crazy. But I did pick out some of the ones that I thought were very helpful for me And I think that could be helpful for you. And hopefully that could be helpful for some of the people in our podcast family. Because I just want the best for everybody. I want everybody to live happy, productive lives. That's what I want.
Okay.
And so these are the ones that I picked out of all of them. And let's see what you think about it, okay?
People love this.
So it could come from a friend, it can come from a parent, it can come from a therapist, but these are the ones I called. And I don't want you cheating like my husband tends to do. So I'm going to angle my thing away from him.
Okay.
All right. So this one said, when I was upset, my parents used to ask me, will this matter in 10 years? It was annoying at the time, but it always put things into perspective and taught me to look forward instead of being stuck on present day dramas. And that's I used to when I was a kid. I kind of applied that as a sixth grader, I think it was. I got in really big trouble because I spread a rumor about somebody's parents getting divorced. But it was true. But I don't think I really spread a rumor about it. I just asked their daughter. I was like, is it true? Are your parents getting a divorce? And she ran to her parents, and I guess her parents hadn't told the kids yet. And the mom called me. And I was like, she's like, where did you hear it? And I'm like, probably my parents. I don't know. I don't remember what I said, but she fussed at me. But anyway, they ended up getting a divorce. Anyway, I remember being so upset about it, but telling myself, it's not going to matter at Christmas. At Christmas, it's not going to matter. You know, so that's like looking forward to something positive. So in 10 years, whatever you're going through now, it always seems to work out, right? Does that help you in any way, Alan? Will this matter in 10 years?
Yeah, I think that kind of takes you out of the spot you're in. And another way I've heard it
forward thinking.
Another way I've heard it said is when you're going through something very difficult, it's hard to see the other side, but you will 100% get to the other side.
One way or another.
How long is it going to take? I don't know, but you're going to get to the other side.
Here's another one. Just because you spent years making the same mistake doesn't mean you have to keep making it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The point of mistakes is to learn from them and do something else.
Yes.
In terms of relationships, stop watering dead and fake plants. This is from the same person. I had a lot of one-sided relationships, friends and romantic, and I felt like I was the only one putting in any effort. I realized I was always the one reaching out, trying to keep relationships going, and I saw which people it was happening with and decided not to reach out to them until they contacted me. That was almost 20 years ago, and I still haven't heard from most of them.
Wow.
Wow, right?
Not very good friends.
But that's the thing, you know, like we've talked about this on the podcast before. There were times when I was single and kind of sad and I was upset my phone wasn't ringing. I'm like, well, phone works two ways. I could call my friends too. And that's all right every once in a while. But when it's a pattern of repeat behavior and the same people, you're always the one having to reach out and make the effort. Try stopping for a while and see what happens. And if they, a few months from now, like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Is everything okay? Maybe there's a glimmer of hope there. Mm-hmm. But stop watering dead and fake plants.
It's like me and my friend Todd. I talked about him on the podcast a while back. My friend in Colorado. We kind of like both of us stopped reaching out, and then it just stagnated into, well, we just don't talk anymore. But there's not a good reason.
Yeah.
Until
he reached out when Ozzy Osbourne died.
He did.
When I was a kid, I was terrified of everything. And once my older cousin was in town, we were sheltering in the basement during a tornado warning. I was losing my mind as usual, and fed up with my drama, my cousin put her hands on my shoulders and yelled, "Can you do anything about it?" And she mumbled, "No." And she stuck her face in my face and screeched, "Then stop blanking worrying about it." If you can't do anything about it, why are you wasting energy worrying about it?
Yeah, that's one I struggle with myself.
I knew you would be able to relate to that one.
Trying to, I don't know, worry. You can't worry something into being better or worry something into getting your result that you want.
She said, I went from someone stealing my present moment because of the theoretical future event to someone who is the calmest one in the room amid chaos that's beyond my control.
Yeah, that's hard because
that's a life changer.
That is a life changer. That also goes along, I think, with you've heard people always talking about like stay in the present. That means thinking about the past doesn't really help too much. Mm-mm. Thinking about the future,
you can look forward. You can look forward to things in the future, but stressing over things that may or may not happen.
Worrying about the future, stressing about the future, you can't really control it a lot of times. So staying within yourself and present, like what am I doing right now? What can I control right now?
Right.
That's really what to worry about.
As someone who is often guilty of catastrophizing, that's a hard word, catastrophizing, making things catastrophic over the littlest things. One thing that helps if I'm worrying about something and thinking, what if it goes wrong? I switch instead to, what if it goes really well? Instead of thinking of the worst case scenario, think of the best case.
Little glass half full, huh?
Right. Way back when I was bartending, struggling with my life, a drunk regular at the bar sat down. As I started to get his order, he says, you know what the best part about banging your head against the wall is?
Whoa, I thought he was going somewhere else there.
No.
Okay.
You know what the best part about banging your head against the wall is?
Mm-hmm.
Stopping. He walked out of the bar and I never saw him again.
That's kind of like a strange way of saying, the best time to plant a tree?
What?
10 years ago? The second best time to plant a tree?
Now?
Today.
Yeah. So stop banging your head against the wall.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right. It will be great or it will be over. I heard that from a friend and I tell myself that every time I'm faced with doing something that scares me. It'll either be great or it'll be over. I do that with, because I struggle. I get asked to, I know people don't believe this when I'm asked to speak at an event, especially when there's going to be a lot of people there, and I agree to it. I immediately regret it. I spend weeks and weeks getting sick and nauseous over it, stressed about what I'm going to say. Are they going to like me? I just want people to think I'm good, and then it's over. So it's either going to be great or it's going to be over. I need to start internalizing that more.
When you do it, it's 99% of the time, great.
No, that's an exaggeration.
No, I don't think,
maybe it's like 90% good enough.
Not an exaggeration.
You're going to be 50 anyway. That was from a friend in response to my hesitation about finishing an interrupted college degree because by the time I graduated, I would be 50. Well, you're going to be 50 anyway. We've heard that one before. If people put off doing things like going back to school or whatever. Well, you're going to be 50 anyway. You might as well be doing it what you love. She said, I did it and I began a second amazing chapter of my life. I've said this before. This is paraphrasing something I've said. It's socially acceptable to have an unexpressed thought. Just because you think something doesn't mean you have to say it out loud.
True.
That's the truth. Just because you think it, you don't have to say it. Well, I just said what everybody else was thinking, but did you have to say it? Now, I'm on the radio and on the podcast, so sometimes I have to say stuff like that just to be a little provocative and, to get the ball rolling.
I think things all the time that I don't say.
Yeah, you don't have to say it just because you think it. I remember my dad saying, if you're going to give me roses, do it while I'm alive because I can't smell them when I'm dead. Don't waste chances to show people you love them. And that happened. My friends still they tease about it, but they think it was really beautiful. We had an event and I could fill a table and my parents were there and I invited some of my girlfriends that I've made all through this podcast and they all came. And my daddy said, well, how do you all know Emma Kelly? How do you all know Kelly? And they all said, through the podcast, he said, I want everybody to go around the table and say something nice about Kelly or what you love about Kelly. And I was like, this is mortifying. But it's almost like being at your own funeral. And then to hear what people really think of you, it's like, oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, I bet it felt good.
It really did. I mean, it's embarrassing, to sit there, like be put on the spot like that. But my daddy practices that. He gave me my roses, or he had everybody else give me my roses. And when you're put on the spot, you have to think of something nice to say about me. Don't try to teach a pig to whistle. It wastes your time and annoys the pig. That was said to her by a therapist she was seeing about unhealthy relationships she was trying to fix, in quotes.
Don't try to teach a pig to whistle.
You can't get it. That's innate to them. You can't get somebody to do something but they just can't
Waste your time.
And it annoys the pig.
Think
about it.
That sounds like a Jeffism.
A Jeffism, yeah.
Think about it.
Don't try to teach a pig to whistle. It wastes your time and annoys the pig.
Why can't it be like a giraffe?
Well, don't try to teach a giraffe to
whistle,
tie a bow tie. I don't know, just anything. All right. I had been in a confrontational relationship for years where every disagreement escalated into an argument or a fight. When I was dating my next husband, the very first time I put up my dukes and was ready to tangle, he looked at me nicely and said, "You might be right." And that was the end of it. And once I started using that phrase, my life with him was forever placid. So when we have a big fight, which we don't really have a lot of them, but when we do, you need to look at me and say, you might be right.
Because of something flaccid?
It keeps it placid, calm, and peaceful.
Oh, placid.
Yeah.
I thought you said flaccid.
No, I said placid.
I thought you said flaccid.
No, I didn't. I said placid. And you're right here. And it was a P and not an F. So next time we have a fight, you need to tell me I might be right. Clear.
It's not good to have fights over something flaccid.
This is a good one. And I think you really need, it sounds simple, but really this is pretty profound. Clear is kind. This was told to this person by a coworker who's about giving feedback about job performance, and it struck a chord with all types of communication, because I think a lot of times we don't clearly express to somebody what we mean, what we need, how we feel about a subject, because we don't want to hurt their feelings and make things awkward. But if you are clear and not just like when you say to somebody, "What's wrong with you?" "Nothing, it's fine." No, you need to be clear about what you're feeling and express it. It's kind. And if somebody's doing something that's really pissing you off, to be clear with them, or if they're messing up something at work, you be clear with them. That's pretty deep. I think I'm not expressing that way, but does that make sense? Clear is kind. When you're saving somebody's feelings by being vague, that's not kind. When you think you're being kind to save feelings. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? That resonated with me, but I'm not expressing it very well.
Yeah, I'm tracking with you a little bit.
Being distracted from sadness is not the same as happiness.
True. I agree with that.
That's a big one.
That's deep. It's deep.
That is deep. That's a deep one.
You're just covering up sadness. You're not getting to the root of the issue.
Right. And here's the last one that I thought was really good. Really good.
And then I have one or two.
The things that you are not changing, you are choosing. Isn't that deep? I say the deepest ones for last, Alan.
The things that you are not changing,
you're choosing.
So if you're not making improvements, you're just living with that.
Yeah. Speaking of experience, I'm so tired. I can't wear anything in my closet. I'm so fat, but I'm not doing anything about it. So I'm choosing.
Okay.
If you're in a miserable job, and your boss, and there's no chance for advancement, and you're like, if you're not changing it, you're choosing to stay stuck in that miserable spot in life.
Yeah.
So things you're not changing, you're choosing.
Okay.
Think about
it. These were kind of like Confucius sayings.
But they're good, right? A lot of them people have heard before, I'm sure.
You want to hear a few?
But you know what? Even if somebody's heard it before, there's always the first time you heard it.
You want to hear a few of my Confucius sayings?
Oh, Lord, yeah.
No, we don't have to.
No, it's going to be jokes and vulgar.
It's not going to be vulgar. They're kind
Maybe Andrew on his way driving back to tech will appreciate it.
They're very similar to this. They're clean. Okay, well, the first one, Confucius say, man who stands on toilet is high on pot.
I don't know what you're hitting with sound effects. Is that a rim shot or crickets?
When I go to the sound effect, the best thing to do is to ignore that I'm going.
But I don't know.
Every time JC hits a sound effect, you go, hey, JC, did you just do a sound effect?
See, I have earbuds on. I can hear what JC's doing, but I can't hear what you're doing.
Confucius say...
Is this rim shots or applause or what?
Confucius say, man who walks through the airport sideways is going to Bangkok.
Oh, my gosh, Alan.
And then the last one, I just have three off the top of my head.
Off the top of your head.
Confucius say, man who goes to sleep with hard problem wakes up with solution in hand.
Okay. All right, now that we got that out of the way.
Those were good, babe. I'm sorry
that's how we win the 19-year-olds.
Yeah. See, you had the content for...
It was hopefully helpful.
Right. And then
potentially life-changing for someone.
And then I did those three for Andrew. So Andrew could be driving right through. He's coming from Kerrville. I'm trying to think of where he'd be coming through. Maybe he's coming through Abilene. He's rolling through Abilene, and he just got three good Confucius jokes. There you go. You ready to bring it home for Jerome?
Whenever you are, honey.
I just saw something on social media, and I was like, today years old. And I don't know if this is common knowledge or not. But let's just review this and then we'll bring it home for Jerome. Did you know? I didn't know this until today. But then I got to thinking, I've vaguely heard this reference. Mountain Dew was originally made to be mixed with whiskey.
No, I didn't know that.
Mountain Dew was originally created in the 40s by Tennessee beverage bottlers Barney and Allie Hartman as a mixture for whiskey. The citrusy lemon-lime formula was designed to complement bourbon, with the name Mountain Dew itself being slang for homemade moonshine.
Yeah, I knew that.
What started as a regional whiskey companion later evolved into the neon green soft drink we know today.
Have you tried that?
I have not, but then I read this.
You're
I'm
a
like,
whiskey drinker.
I had no idea, but then I know there's a song where the guy, he made the reference Dickel and Dew. Is it George Dickel? There's a whiskey called Dickel. I think it's George Dickel, but he was making that reference to Mountain Dew, Dickel and Dew.
Well, maybe we need to get you a little tiny bottle of Mountain Dew and try it and see how you like it.
Yeah, I just not partaking in the alcoholic beverages really too much.
No, you really have stopped imbibing.
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's not even a conscious thing. It's just
bad?
I just haven't done it. Yeah,
because I like a glass of wine. There's something sophisticated about it, comforting sometimes. Whenever I see somebody drinking a glass of wine on TV, I want a glass of wine. A martini on TV, I want a martini. A coffee, I want a coffee. I'm that, what's the word? Susceptible? No. Impressionable? What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, I want one. Mm-hmm. But when I want to open a bottle of wine at home, I don't want to open the expensive stuff. I want to have something kind of middle of the road. But then when I open it at home, I feel like I have to hide it from you. And I don't know why. Because I don't have an alcohol problem. Do you think I have an alcohol problem?
I don't give two rips. Why would you try to hide it from me?
It's like, but if I just feel like I want a glass of wine and I open it at home, I feel like, now, do I have a problem? And I do this maybe once every 3 or 4 months. Like I just really want a glass.
You have a martini tattooed on your body. You think running around with a wine glass is a big deal?
I don't know. I feel like the need to kind of hide it, and I don't know why. Why?
I don't know, babe. I don't know.
So you're saying I don't have to hide it anymore?
I never said you had to hide it.
I know you don't, but why do I feel like I do?
I don't know.
It's so weird.
I don't know.
And I don't have. It's not like I'm drinking every night. It's literally like whatever.
Sure do talk about it a lot though.
I'm just talking about it for the first time ever because it came up because you brought up Mountain Dew and drinking. Oh, okay. And you say you don't drink anymore, and I'm like, I don't drink that much either.
Well,
but
I don't think that's true. I mean, I have a drink every once in a while.
It's like you don't really drink anymore. You don't drink that much.
But we used to crack open stuff here at home, and I don't do that
during
anymore.
COVID, oh my gosh. We went off the rails during COVID.
I don't think we went off the rails.
Well, we were drinking a lot of wine. You were making me martinis all the time. That was fun.
Yeah. Like
you could surprise me every once in a while and say, honey, you remember how Samantha used to meet Darren when he got home from work on Bewitched with a martini when
Darren
he walked through the door?
Darren 1 or Darren 2?
Darren 1, I remember, and possibly going over to Darren 2. But she would meet him at the door with a martini. Mm-hmm. What if you just surprised me with a martini every once in a while?
Okay.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I know how to make them.
And then you can slap your ass and get in the shower while I drink my martini.
And I kind of hop. Is that what you said?
Hop, like a skip hop.
Like a jester kind of jumps up and hops.
Yeah, maybe I can get you to recreate the hop fully clothed so people can see what we're talking about.
I wonder if I could do it like I usually do it, but then we could put one of those censored squiggly boxes over me.
Oh, maybe you can wear your nude Speedo. You still have the flesh-colored Speedo, right?
Yeah, I can probably get one leg in it though. I don't know. I can only get one leg in it when I could wear it. I don't know what I could do now. Who knows?
Maybe we'll recreate that. A sandwich and some love and theater.
Yes. All right, babe. You got anything else?
No, it's quite enough.
All right.
So happy to be back on YouTube Live with our faithful family of viewers, the few, the strong.
Yeah.
Yet faithful.
Yeah, this was fun. It's always fun to have people in the room because sometimes they'll comment on what we're talking about. It gives you a little energy. Maybe you forgot something. They'll say, hey, don't forget such and such. And yeah, they're very helpful. Very helpful audience. Very, very helpful. All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately.
I love you.
Love our listeners desperately.
Love y'all.
I love those Dallas Cowboys desperately. We'll see what happens this weekend. I love the Texas Tech Red Raiders desperately. And I love Alien Earth desperately because I am a sci-fi aficionado.
That's what we've learned.
And a connoisseur. And I am sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.